And away we go. It's just been reported that they arrested this guy who was the main suspect who was responsible for the California fires early this year. But why so many holes in the plot? So sit back, relax, get your snacks. I have a ton of questions on this one. This is 29-year-old John Renderneck, who they said is responsible for starting the fire right after New Year's Eve. And the story is that he was an Uber driver. He was dropping off passengers, in which they said he was very angry and distraught that night. So after he drops them off, he goes to a nearby trail to start the fire. But then he runs down the hill to actually call 911 to report the fire so they can put it out, only to come back later to film the firefighters actually putting out the fire. What? And it's also to note that this fire he started on January 1st was actually put out only to smolder underground and reignite a week later on January 7th, picked up by the winds. Got it. But wait, hold up. How is this the same fire he's being charged with if that other fire got put out only to start a week later? Because anybody could have started that fire. A million things could happen within a week. But it doesn't stop there. They said before he started the fire, he was watching this music video by a rap French artist, because he was French, with a lot of fire in the video to get pumped up to do the act. And he actually lived in the Palisades himself, as this is the last reported address seen here. But how does an Uber driver live in a $4 million home? And he wasn't listed as the owner, and yes, he could have been living with parents or roommates, but if there is any evidence at this house, we would never know, because this place has now burned down to the ground. But it gets even weirder. So they're saying months before the fire, he actually used ChatGPT to prompt this image showing a fire in Los Angeles and people running from it. But to me, it looks like two different scenes, like one scene showing the city on fire and then being rebirthed into a new utopia. It kind of looks like the smart city plan that they have for Los Angeles in 2028. Also, not to mention, there's numerous insurance companies who pulled out right before the fires, and there was no water in the fire hydrants. But let's keep moving. And reportedly, this is the prompt that he used, but why would you do this in the first place? Isn't this just more evidence against you? And last, but definitely not least, back in 2020, he donated to the Biden campaign via ActBlue for a whopping $2. Now, one date was September 4th, but the other date? 9/11. If this isn't symbolism at its finest, I don't know what is. Make sure you guys get into my Telegram, but are you guys buying any of this? Let me know below.